Hi, I'm Bob Chastain, President and CEO at the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo, and you're here again for another episode of Bob's Blueprints. We had a lot of questions on the first episode about what we were doing in the outside of the exhibit, and then we also wanted to address just a little bit of the comments we heard about the inside of the exhibit. But I'm standing in what will be the future, what we call bull and fringe yard. As you know, the bull for a number of years has been in a side yard, and so we're now creating this space for him and for a few of his close friends while we start construction on the other parts of the new exhibit. So I wanted to start off by addressing a few of the comments you had about our indoor building. There were two things that I don't think people quite understood about that building the way it was described through the fly-through. The first is that's just a computer-generated model. So we take that from the drawings, the architectural drawings, they put that in a computer form, and we're just lucky to be able to see those exhibits come to life and really think through them. All the finishes and things that make that a more natural space will come later. For those of you that are familiar with our hippo exhibit, our intention is that this building feels more natural than the hippo building. The other thing, though, that is noteworthy is it is a departure from our traditional construction here. This would be the largest clear roof in North America for an animal exhibit. And we're doing that because if you think about it, animals at the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo have never had an opportunity to experience things like the moon cycles, when it gets light, the stars, all of those things that animals in the wild get to see. And so that clear roof in and of itself makes this a very special building and a little more modern than you might be used to seeing at the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo. But no, it's done for a very good reason, and we know you're going to love it as well. All right, now hopefully we've answered some of the indoor questions. Let me tell you a little bit about their outside exhibit. Of course, we know that you've had great memories at the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo feeding our giraffes, and you'll have many opportunities to do that. One thing that will be unique, though, and better for giraffe, is giraffe will be able to travel all over this exhibit instead of staying in one place. So for example, here's a high feeding area that you'll have right to my right-hand side. You'll have a feeding area. All this summer, you'll be able to join us right here in this location. Behind me, you can see our brand new vulture exhibit, as well as where the African crested porcupine will be. And so you can see that it's getting ready to get net on it. There'll be lots of feeding opportunities for the giraffes. You can see these arms on the post, and those will be ways for us to hoist up hay and browse so that they can eat that as well. And then you may not be able to see this in your camera, but there'll be other feeding structures and shade structures in this yard, including one that you walk out on and you're able to feed giraffe kind of out in their enclosure. Right where you see this fence right now, that is the end of the bull yard, and this is where the herd will live during the summer, but then the bull will live here on out. And then all the construction in the other yard will still have all of your favorite feeding opportunities up close and personal, just like you've come to expect from the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo. In addition to the experiences that you've come to know and love, we have a couple new feeding opportunities for you. The first one is you may be familiar with the stroller ramp that people take up to get up into what we call the main road. We'll be cutting a new giraffe ramp right through this rock area here where giraffes will have access to 25% more land use than they've ever had before. And up at the top there, there'll be a feeding experience where you'll be standing on the same level as giraffe, and they'll be able to feed over your head as you reach up. On top of that, inside the giraffe building, we have a new area we'll be able to stand on the same level and be able to feed calves as newborn calves are at the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo. As a reminder, we're building this exhibit for these amazing animals, 16 foot tall and about 2,000 pounds. And we're doing all of that on the side of a world-class zoo built in the mountains. We ask that you could bear with us through all of this construction. We're in the thick of it now, and we appreciate you, what you've done for us, and thank you for all your comments and following along.